All right, Rishi, I want to talk about the importance of selecting the right product variant by default on a product page. Here's what I mean by that. Let's imagine that you're selling supplement, like could be like, to lose weight. And let's say there's different flavors, like 5 flavors, right? Most of the brands that I've worked with that have multiple variants for the same product, they just randomly select whatever product variant by default. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, let's go this one, right? And I think I want to actually make people think a little bit more about this choice. Because what I've seen a lot of different situations. The first one is I've seen that one product variant would have a higher conversion rate than another product variant, right? So it might make sense to actually put that product variant as a default rather than a random one, right? The second situation I've seen is this product variant does have a higher conversion rate, but then has, not the highest repurchase rate. And obviously you need to have a spreadsheet in front of you to make the calculation what makes the most sense. And then the third scenario would be, I've seen situations where the default actually there's higher conversion rate because of the default is the one that has been selected, but it's not necessarily the one that people like the most, or it's the most profitable for the company. So yeah, I just wanna kind of like make people think a little bit more about what product variant they select as default on the product page, because there's a little bit of like science and art to it. Have you ever done this type of analysis? Have you ever thought about this kind of stuff?
I have not, I have not, which means that a lot of people watching this probably haven't thought about it either. It's a really interesting, yeah, I've really not thought about it. And as you're talking about it, I'm realizing that it's not just these other metrics you're talking about, like the repeat purchase rate. It could also be that the default item that you've selected is also causing higher rates of return,
Yep.
because it's not the right product, right? So I think there's a lot of like related things that could happen. And I think, like they say don't judge a book by its cover, but I think in this case, judge the product page based on the first variant that's selected. So I think that's a interesting perspective.
Yeah, this made me think about even like something that happened to be to myself in the past, where I bought a toothpaste. And basically I wasn't too sure about like the taste. Like the taste was okay. Like I wasn't like, obviously, yeah, I didn't feel refreshed after using the toothpaste. And then my girlfriend also bought the same freaking toothpaste, but with a different flavor. And I tried it and I'm like, oh my God, these are two different products. Like they
Hmm.
seem two different brands whatsoever, right? And basically what happened to me is that I started buying the flavor that my girlfriend had picked, and I stopped completely using the one that I previously picked.
That's a good
And
point.
yeah, so yeah, I just thought about that. I'm like, oh, I think people should put a little bit more thoughts into what kind of default they choose when deciding on a product page.
Yeah, and another good thing would be that they can put a reminder, so they can do this analysis, they can do this, and then put a reminder like every 6 months just to get the data to see if this is still true, and if maybe something else should be made the default, because consumer preferences also are evolving thing, right? So just yeah, I think it's a great idea. Thanks for sharing it. If you guys like this idea, please give us a thumbs up. If you have questions, drop us a comment. If you haven't subscribed, please do share this video as well. We will see you back with another video shortly. Take care. Bye.
Wow.